So today we'll be doing a due diligence insight review into TGA Premier Sports. TGA Premier Sports is the leader in youth sports programs in the franchise industry, mainly focused on tennis and golf, as well as numerous other sports. My name is Jack Findaro, and I'm the managing partner of Visa Franchise and Betty Biz, where our focus is on franchise and small business investments. Before this role, my background is at Burger King and Tim Hortons in global finance and global development. Now, as we look at TGA Premier Sports, I want to take us through today a very quick insight and highlights of the factors that we look at the most. We conduct this sort of review for every single franchise that we work with and that we present to our clients. Today, I'm just going to go through the quick main factors that anyone should look at when they're analyzing a franchise. Now, for TGA Premier Sports, it's good to know that it's been around since 2003, and they already have over 100 units, which is a very good sign. It's great that they've been around for as long as they have been. It's not easy to do that. Now, we started off looking at item 3, which is litigation, and item 4, which is bankruptcy of key executives. Honestly, neither of these items brought any attention, any red flags for us. We always look at these two items because you never know especially if there's ongoing litigation or if there's recent bankruptcies of executives, it could be a bad sign. But for TGA Premier Sports, they passed these two marks. Next, we looked at other fees, which is item 6 of the due diligence. Now, the franchise fee for TGA Premier Sports was about 8%, which is actually in line with the franchise industry as a whole, where it ranges between 4% all the way up to 12% typically. It usually doesn't go outside of that. So 8% for us, no red flag. Then next, what we did is we looked at the investment breakdown, which shows what's the low range that a potential franchisee could invest, and then what's the higher range that a potential franchisee could invest. On the lower range, it was roughly $40,000. On the high range, it was about just under $100,000. This also is a great sign for any would-be potential franchisee, as typically the lower the investment, the less money is at risk for the investor, less investment at risk in essence. So that is another good sign. And then lastly, I want to bring up today is part of the franchise disclosure document includes the financials for the franchisor. Now, we analyze those, and I could say that we looked at the profit and loss statement of the franchise entity as a whole, which is always recommended to any potential franchisees, so that the franchisee knows how the franchisor is performing at a corporate level to make sure that they're going to be in business for a long time, to be there to give support and to keep growing the brand. So when we looked at TGA Premier Sports, there are no red flags. They've had very strong numbers at the corporate level, roughly $100,000 or more the past 3 years, with the vast majority of the revenues coming from royalty fees, which is a great sign. Because sometimes we see franchises where they get the majority of their income from franchise fees, which is the selling of franchises. Though it's usually much better sign is when the franchisor receives the majority of their income from the royalty fees, which means that the franchisees are successful, they're paying their royalty fees, which is then allowing the franchisor to continue on, to keep providing support, and continue growing. That is a quick wrap up of the due diligence highlights of TGA Premier Sports. My name is Jack Findaro. If you'd like to know more, please visit us at VetedBiz or VisaFranchise.com. Thank you so much.